Now I'm actually doing it myself. I'm thinking about scenarios off the last one. The last video we put up, what was it entitled? Concept versus reality. And I'm thinking about scenarios, and it probably sounds stupid because I'm far from a physicist. I have a 5th grade education, but I've compounded upon that education. I've added to it since 5th grade, I guess. But well, I know it's kind of inevitable. You have to do it. You gotta live and learn, right? And I'm 51 years of age, so I don't know how deliberate I've been about it, but I picked up things along the way. Yeah. Anyway, listen. Like I said, I'm no physicist, but I'm thinking about it. Speed of light. I mean, that is the mark, right? That's the bar from what people usually say. That's the speed that you travel. Where you say there's not a faster speed to travel, and that light gets us from approximately 93 million miles away, where the sun is positioned in the solar system, to planet Earth, or at the sun rising, or whatever it is, crack of dawn, or whatever it is that it does it, pretty damn quickly, because the rooster sees it or senses it, perhaps well before you do. Anyhow, listen, there could be a lot of reasons why the speed of light probably takes so long. In certain situations where you say you're traveling light years because you're that far away from the destination point that you're trying to travel to or you're trying to get to, right? So let's say the speed of light is what we're depending upon. So now it's going, all right? Here it is. It's coming this way, and then it hits something. Does it like flood over it and then come out from the other end like water would do and then continue along its course? Or does it hit something, like if I had a beam of light right now and I like a flashlight, and I aimed it at this tree? I guess you could be pragmatic about it, or some other object. Could I be able to sense if it did flood over it? Let's see, from a distance, I mean, that'd be one thing, but I put it right up on it, right? So it's traveling, or it's coming out of the flashlight and it goes right here. Is it going to flood over it and then go out this direction right here and then continue along its course, or is it going to stop right there? Well, if matter stops it, the traveling of the direction of the light traveling, that the light's traveling, then maybe you got to get the matter out of the way. What does that mean? Well, perhaps you have a lot of beings in the universe, or at least some, who have like the mind that Jesus had, where you're seeing an obstacle and having doubts. Jesus, or it, or they just aren't seeing obstacles. And that's pretty much what that is. It's an obstacle, right? Got a flashlight somewhere. I'm going to try a little later on, experiment with it. But that's an obstacle. For me, I'm going to have to go around that, because that serves as an obstacle. I'm going to have to go around that. I can't travel through it. But I think light, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't it travel? I know X-rays travel. It'll go through this, because this isn't solid, right? This is like, it looks solid to your common eye, the human eye, but in actuality it's not solid. It's all vibrating and moving, the molecules there and the atoms and whatnot. But they have such an attraction to each other that it forms something that appears to be solid and feels solid. But lead, they say, is very dense, so X-rays won't even go through that. So I don't know if light is going through this, like a regular light, like flashlight or sunlight or whatever kind of light it is, other than something extra special like X-ray or X-ray vision or something like that. I don't know what the heck. I don't know much about X-rays. And then I can't perceive it with my eyes. But then again, that's exactly the point I'm making. There's a lot of things that you can't perceive, and just because you can't perceive it and conceive of it and perceive it, it doesn't mean that it's not so. Like Jesus said to the man, "She only sleepeth." And he says, "How could this be?" Well, she woke back up from her slumber, and then I guess she understood a lot better that some people are just seeing things differently, and because of that, you get a different result than those who see things not quite like you see them. Oh, and by the way, that's Anthony Terrell rambling about things that may or may not make sense once you do a little more research into it. But right now, I'm just taking educated guesses about things, so it may sound kind of silly. But it's good for it's good for thought. That's what I was talking about. It's just something to think about. You know, formulate scenarios, and you know, whatever else you have, and props and whatnot. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're fucking Einstein over here. That's how Einstein got someplace, you know. That's how you got to be Einstein. Just tinkering around with shit.